Is this for you? I was given this by a gentleman who owns this country. He said to me, this belongs to you. And I was like, why, thank you very much. I was given this and I said, this must be really nice. I come here as an outsider, as an enemy. And this is what I receive as a gift. And so I was actually lost out in the woods. I actually had been blasted and sent here. Didn't know how I made it, but for some reason, some strange reason, that's unbeknownst to me, and probably to you guys too, I was put here. And so I got up off the ground, dusted myself off a little bit, and I was looking at these fellas that had cowboy hats. They had boots, spurs, and horses. Some of them was carrying a couple of pieces of straws inside of their mouth. But I think it was tumbleweed or either the end piece of a broom or something. But nonetheless, they greeted me with open arms. And they wanted to give Thanksgiving. They taught me how to barbecue. They showed me how to herd cattle and ride bulls for 8 seconds. They taught me how to defend my territory. They said, this land is my land, from sea to shining sea. I was like, wow, this is great. I wasn't treated like this in the other place that I came from. So I was given this. And I was excited, intrigued, and enthusiastic by knowing that this land is my land. We was all singing together by a bonfire that they had created. They had gave me something called corn liquor. And we was drinking, and I felt myself getting a little woozy. I was like, whoa, this land is... And they told me about, how they cooked hogs and things like that. I saw this little fireplace thing that they had set up, and the women folk was doing the same thing, and the kids was all politicking and jovial and excited the same way. A lot of trees in this area, a lot of woods and things. And so I noticed that they had this little thing that they would use that was above the fire. I said, what's that for? They said, well, that's where we cook our hogs and our meats and things that we eat. And they said, as a matter of fact, our family is hungry. We haven't eaten for a little while. So I started to feel a tad bit nervous, even though they said this land is my land. I was like, okay, this is, I guess, kind of cool still at this point. Then somebody said, hey, we want you to entertain us, be the show. So I started rapping or started explaining about how powerful I am and how great I am and all of these other things and how I don't deal with no negative stuff and how tough I am. So a couple of guys pulled out their automatic weapons and said, dance for us. Let me see you dancing. They gave me this thing here, and I was dancing a little bit in front, and then I noticed something, that I got hit over the back of my head, and I went down. I could taste gravel and stuff in my mouth, and I was saying to myself, I don't know what just happened. But when I woke up, all of a sudden, not only did I have this flag or whatever that was laying on the ground now, but I was actually above the fire turning rotisserie style. These people really love me. That's what they told me. They really love me.